same. We're gonna keep it going because this is a good convo. So let me ask this question. I'm gonna take the super chat down too. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. So we having a conversation, right? True or false? Single mothers are maintaining children but not raising them. Whatever your answer is, you are why or why not? Because I was contemplating this. I think that the moms trying their hardest, but if you gotta work and you gotta play both roles, and we know you guys generally get paid less, how many more hours you gotta work? I know some of my friends, they moms were like CNA or something like that. They work overtime after overtime after overtime at night, and we just be together outside chilling. The kids damn near raising themselves, but they'll buy them school clothes. They make sure they got food, and they just maintaining the kids, but are they raising the kids? So I would venture to say this statement is true.
I say it's true.
I'm gonna say it's true. I don't want to discredit the mom and say they're not raising them, but I don't think it's a bit different with the dads, yo. It just is, and I give my son as an example. Yesterday, my son I'm talking about wilding, like shit that he would like. He bit his sister and pulled her hair, and was like wilding. He would never try no shit like that at the crib. So when I talk to him, he tell you your father coming over, everything straight after that, ain't no issues. Like it's just a different the presence, the male presence in the home just makes it a lot different. I think the raising part comes with like the lessons we instill. Like if you ask your kids like what's the most important lesson mom taught you, what's the most important lesson dad taught you, I bet that the answer is pretty significant. It's pretty significantly different.
I played a video back in a few months back. This lady was just going over the stats. The results for children are the same, or damn near the same, for single father homes and then a dual parent home.
And significantly different for moms, right? Significantly different for single mother home.
The results are similar for the man-led and then a couple, and then the negative results increase when it's only a mom. So that's why this question popped in my head. I mean, shout out to Chief. I got all his questions up here, but this one popped in my head.
And is that relative to gender? Like, it doesn't matter. It's just kids in general. Or is it like it
was just kids in general. When the lady was saying it, I was trying to look. And we got smart people in the chat, so we'll get some feedback for sure.
Ladies, do y'all agree with that or no?
I agree. And that's just based off of my own experience. I feel like I have become, because, with my first son, I was a single mom. So me now with my husband, I feel like I have been such a better mother because I've had the time and space to do so. You know what I'm saying? So even it shows within my son, and of course I got our daughter and then our kids combined. It's gave me more time to be able to focus on that, to be able to have him understand that it's just not the material things, because kids get that mixed up a lot too. I struggle with that, with the material things, and him just, being young and wanting the shoes, the clothes, all of that stuff, and being content with it. And him, learning most of his basics from school, never had an issue in school, but just that connection was never like there. So now with having a husband, with my husband help even raise him, my first son, it's a completely different atmosphere. So I do genuinely believe that.
Yeah. Real Bravado with the $2 super chat. Wash, rinse, repeat. I'm trying to see what he referencing. And then, now this is where the skill of listening is very important. Hemp, there's no such thing as playing both roles. Mom can't be both mom and dad. That's a cute-ish talking point. But, Bravado, I was making the point that she cannot do it, but they're trying their best to do everything in a house led by themselves. And therefore, those is where these poor results come from. So,
put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
But yeah, man, what you think? What you think, Alex?
I would say true. And I'm just saying it, watching from the outside looking in now with my friend who's going through a divorce. And she says it all the time. Like, I feel like right now my focus is just making sure that they're fed, they got clothes on their back, and that we're getting up and going to school, and we're doing it over again the next day. She doesn't have time to have a breather. She doesn't have time to, really nurture them. And there's a difference when she has help. So when we go down there, we do help. She's like, I feel like I can breathe. I feel like I can be a better mother. But then I also think back to Isha's point when she said about economics. That plays a big role too. I think in the single parenthood realm of things, if you have to work 2 and 3 jobs, you don't have time to, truly nurture your child the way that you do. I would imagine that for people who are a little bit more well off, you can focus a little bit more, but that doesn't also give you the break that you need. Because I felt like all of your energy is going into just make sure that they're okay and you're putting all into them, and maybe you forget to take care of yourself, which in return, back in the cycle, burns you out as a parent. So I definitely think that, and I can see it being a matter of maintenance as opposed to I'm raising you.
I'm so glad you said that, Alex. And that's the difference with men and women too. We don't give a fuck about being burnt out and taking care of ourselves, right? We don't get the same coddling on the come up as y'all. So if we got to take care of kids, we gonna do whatever it is that needs to be done. And generally speaking, we don't feel sorry for ourselves while doing it.
And I think there's women who have that same mindset too. So on that question, there are women who shit got to get done. If it don't get done, if I don't do it, who's going to do it? Like, I'm not thinking about taking a nap or resting or being burned out. It got to get done. I'm a single mom. I guess my situation is a little bit unique because I have, I work from home. So I'm able to have the flexibility that I need. If I need to pull up at my son's school at any given time, I can pull up at his school. He can come home and get a cooked meal, and his clothes is always washed.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, that's a unique situation because I work from home. When I did work for CPS, it was a little bit stressful, and I felt like I wasn't being a good mom. So I made the decision to get a job where it allowed me to work from home so I can be a better mom.
Why are you addressing what I said to Alex?
The question about single mom not being able to raise their children and just maintaining them, I think you can raise your children and still be a single mom.
Isha, you answering questions like you talking to other regular people. You saying can and some and I, like, come on, man. That's not even real answers. You acting, come on. I need to start. I'm gonna change your name.
How old is your son?
He's 14.
Yes. Does your son know how to cook?
Yeah, he does.
All right. I'm happy you said that. Right. So let me hop in this shit real quick. The reason why I said true, right, is because I equated to, basically, the way me and my siblings was raised, right? Imagine being 6 and 7, right? 6 and 7. You already know how to cook. You already know how to wash clothes. You know what mommy talking about when she say don't answer that phone and don't open the door for nobody, right? And this is all because she at work all goddamn day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she pretty much, so you pretty much left to like fend. Yeah. Exactly. Fend for yourselves. I'm gonna give you enough knowledge. You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get that many hugs, kisses, and I love yous because I'm gonna be at fucking work. But I'm gonna go grocery shopping once a week. Make sure y'all got food while I'm at work, and I'm gonna teach you how to cook this food so you won't be hungry
while I'm at work.
While I'm at work, and I'm gonna teach you how to protect yourself while I'm at work by not answering the fucking door and the phone, so no predators are coming. I'm saying, take it.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Feel me?
Shit like that.
That was a bub. That. I came up with that.
Word.
God damn. Go ahead, Ish.
I mean, I see things like that all the time where I see people working like doubles and triples and just providing for their kids, and kids got everything. I don't know. I guess I made the conscious decision like that's not the type of mom I want to be. So I put myself in a position where I was never that type of mom.
But Ish, if you reflect back on when you was putting yourself in position, even when we was on the pod a year ago, you had no energy.
That's why I got a different job.
I know, but that's the you was busting your ass, no question. I mean, real shit. You already born.
But it wasn't because I needed the money, because the money was there. It was because the demands of the job.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the difference. Some people can't be home with their children because they have to work so they can pay bills.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't my situation.
But regardless of what the situation was, she was still gone.
But
whatever the need was.
Years. It took you 14 years to be in the space that you could be in now.
Absolutely not. I had my son when I was 25. I've never been the type of person. I already had my degrees and stuff before I had my son. So I was never the person who worked all those jobs. That's why I said economics plays a big role in this.
No, but I'm saying just working, even if you worked one job, like working more and raising less. I'm not going to say raising not
flexibility.
I'm just saying working more and raising less. You know what I'm saying? Like now, yes, you're in that position, but now he's a teenager. He's 14. Not saying that it stops, because it doesn't. But it's like during that time where he may have needed it the most, like you weren't able to provide that at that time.
I'm not understanding. I guess I'm not, because that was never my situation. He was never left alone or anything like that. But then
without you,
I can't say that again.
It's not about being left alone; it's being left without you.
Okay.
I mean, everybody works to get to a particular place. I mean,
right.
It just is, you know. Mm-hmm. And so, like for instance, we just had the kids. My wife can stay home, which could be seemingly more impactful to a kid, especially during the years of development. Mm-hmm. Alex, you were saying something. Your mic is terrible. Go ahead.
Sorry, y'all. No, I was saying, I think what Mary was saying is that Isha has worked up to a point where, like, yes, you've only, you got your degrees, you went to school and all the other stuff, but now you have flexibility in your job to where you said, I can go and get him from school. I can do this. And it takes a while to get there. But I love what Bub said about, you learned you taught your kid, like, how to cook, how to do this, that, and third. It was survival mode. You were raised on survival.
Yeah.
Because mom doesn't have time to come home and make the meals and all this other stuff. So if I don't teach you now all the essentials to keep you alive, it's going to be a problem. So people were raised on survival.